Also, side note, I like how Germany's like, don't forget to tell your president, hey, we're going to beat Britain, don't forget. Also, a quick question, am I interrupting the presentation? You know, with my voice, like, coming in, like, every 5 seconds or something?
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
Now it's time for a quick comparison between cipher and ciphertext. Ciphertext is the coded message that is sent. The cipher is the decoder for the message. It's also important to note that when the telegram was sent from DC to Mexico, it was encoded with an older cipher. The British did not care if the Germans knew that they had decoded this cipher. Copies of said ciphertext were also in American telegraph records. From there, the British were able to give the Americans the cipher for the ciphertext so that they could verify the authenticity of the Zimmerman telegram. Does that make sense? Probably not. Let's simplify this some. Let's say your friend, Bill, gives you a coded message and asks you to pass it on to someone else. You don't know the contents of this message because it's coded, but you want to pass it along anyways because you want to be nice. Just to be safe though, you write down the coded message on a piece of paper. Later, someone comes along and says, "Hey, I saw Bill write that message, and it says, Michael is a dum-dum." Of course, you don't believe them, and they have no proof to back it up. However, say they brought you a cipher, and they tell you to use the cipher to decode the message that you wrote down earlier. Then, when you decode that message, and it says Michael is a dum-dum, you know for sure that Bill wrote that about you to get to someone else. Wow, how rude, Bill. I thought you were my friend. This is essentially what the British did to prove that they didn't just make up the contents of the message. However, they used a much more complicated cipher than this one. Unlike Germany, Mexico did seem to have their head on pretty straight. They assessed the feasibility of taking back all the territory that they had lost in the Mexican-American War, and they had some pretty good reasons for not accepting the treaty. Among them were the fact that Mexico was in the middle of a civil war, and that by accepting this treaty and trying to take part of America, they would even further stretch their military, the fact that the United States was much stronger than they were. Germany's promise of financial support was also very unreliable, and lastly, the fact that even if they did happen to take over the United States, accommodating and pacifying such a large English-speaking population that is better supplied with arms than almost any nation would be extremely hard. So it should come as no surprise that when Mexico learned that the United States had been informed of the telegram, they immediately declined Germany's offer.
This car, that file, has more money. Get more money quickly. Call us, attorneys Fox and Farmer. We're 2 4.
For you is the way to go. Call Mormon.